I am Kennedy, 73 years old. I built an empire from nothing in Denver, Colorado. Luxury homes in the mountains, imported cars, millions in the bank account. But I wasted 51 whole years, 51 years chasing work, ego, empty victories, leaving behind what really mattered. My family, my boy, my wife. Now only silence echoes in the Rocky Mountains. It all started at 22. I was a skinny kid from Denver, selling used car parts in my dad's garage near downtown. It was snowing hard, but I didn't stop. One more delivery, one more customer, I thought. At 25, I bought my first warehouse in Aurora. At 30, 10 employees. At 40, my own factory in Littleton. Machines humming day and night under Colorado's blue sky. Bankers called me a genius. Dinners in Denver, Italian suits, Cuban cigars. At 50, branches in Colorado Springs, Texas, even Germany. Chartered planes every week to the Rockies. I was the king of the Rocky Mountains. The man who never slept. But at home, I was a stranger. A ghost who appeared at dawn, smelling of whiskey and contracts. My boy. Oh, my boy. He was born in '82, dark hair and bright eyes like his mother's. Here in this photo, he's 6 years old. He'd call the office. Dad, come to my school soccer game? He went to the best, most expensive school in the area, in Golden. Me, phone to my ear, signing papers in endless meetings. Son, Dad's closing a big deal. Next week we'll go to the lakes in Boulder, I swear. Next week turned into a month, then a year. At 10, he showed me a drawing. Me as a superhero with a briefcase in the mountains. At 15, band posters on his bedroom wall. At 20, dating, dreaming of engineering at the University of Colorado. I promised, you'll inherit all this, kid. The empire is ours. But he grew up alone. How was I able to miss all those moments in my son's life? Today, everything I chase so avidly seems absurdly insignificant compared to what they both meant to me. 22 years ago, it all ended on a rainy autumn night. It was 2010. He was 20-8. He was driving the car I gave him for his birthday, a black BMW, slippery I-70 road near Idaho Springs. Tires skidded on melted snow. The car flipped 3 times on the mountain curves. I was in New York, in a 5-star hotel, closing a $20 million merger. The phone rang at 4 a.m. I can still hear the siren screaming in the background. The cop said, "Mr. Kennedy, your son. Fatal accident. Identification confirmed." The world stopped right there. But I didn't. At dawn, I put on my suit and went to the 9 o'clock meeting. I didn't make it to the funeral in time. Snow in the Denver cemetery, the coffin lowering, and I wasn't by her side. I think she never forgave me for that. 22 years have passed. His room is still as it was, faded posters, beat-up sneakers on the floor. All his clothes still hanging, as if he'd walk in any moment. And her, she waited for me. My wife, the light of the house. We married at 25, she a math teacher in Denver, me an ambitious mechanic. She endured the trips, the lonely nights in the suburban homes I bought. At first she'd say, "Come back soon, Kennedy, I miss you." Later, "Don't be late, the boy asks for you." At her 40, light cough started in Colorado's dry air. "It's nothing winter cold," she'd say. Me, "Honey, I'm in Dallas, steel on the table." Rest up. At her 50, pneumonia diagnosis set in. Tubes and respirators in the Denver hospital. I arrived late, flight delayed for urgent business in Chicago. She was pale, her hand cold in mine. Eyes glazed. "Kennedy, you built everything. Except us. Money can't buy time." That was it. She closed her eyes. 3 years ago. The funeral was in the same hillside cemetery. Side-by-side plot with our son. I laid expensive flowers that wilted in hours under the high-altitude sun. I returned to the empty mansion in Cherry Hills alone. Silence screaming against the Rockies. This house. The monster I bought at 45. For the family to grow, she dreamed. 8 empty, dusty rooms echoing in the mountains. Endless hallways. Dining room with Italian marble table for 12, but only 1 plate. Dusty crystal chandelier. Paintings of Aspen, Vale, winter sports strips I took without them. Every day the same. Wake at 5, instant coffee, no sugar. Watch the sun rise over the peaks. My phone flashes. Ex-partners. Kennedy, sell the company. 50 million on the table, but why? Empire crumbling without me, but I've been bankrupt for decades. Today I remember every detail. Him with a high fever. Me flying over New York in the company jet. His birthday. I was in Dubai. Champagne with Arabs. She called sad. He's hurt, Kennedy. Her with an asthma attack. I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow became later. In the hospital, her final days, I held her hand. We built walls, not homes. Naked truth I swallowed dry. The king has fallen. So many golden trophies. This one's Colorado Businessman of the Year, once so coveted, now thrown on the floor. Those papers, there are million-dollar contracts soaked by rain through the broken window. Her letters. Come back to us before you disappear into the peaks. I tore them all up. 51 years of tomorrow. Absences turning into icy tombs. 20-2 years without him. 3 without her. Towers of money toppled by time. Empty funerals. Laughter I never heard echoing in the wind. No turning back. It's eternal silence. Empire. Dust in the snow. You there? Watching from Denver or wherever. Hear this before it's too late. What are you wasting your time on? Work? Ego? Tomorrow? Tomorrow doesn't exist. Now I know. 51 years proved it. Wake up or turn to dust like me.